I am particularly concerned that there is no easy consensus to arrive at as to when this national quarantine, when this national lockdown will come to an end, and when it does, will it be a unified decision? This isn't a political show, and I'm not having a political conversation. Rather, I'm laying the groundwork, surveying the landscape of a decision in which sports leagues have to decide when to come back. Because if this is something where 50 different states all decide at different times, when business as usual resumes, how do you then have sports leagues that are scattered across this nation capable of conducting business until everyone is on the same page? You see what I mean? Do you guys get it? Pat, Nuno, James, you see what I'm saying? Like, how does a team based in Atlanta have a road schedule that includes traveling to states that might still be under quarantine? This isn't something that professional sports leagues can take in a piecemeal approach.
No, and you can't. What about the training and everything else? If this league, especially someone like basketball, is going to have to decide. I know Brian Windhorst keeps talking about it. Is if they want to come back, do they centralize it? Do they find a place that hasn't been, has either gotten over the coronavirus or it's slowed down, and say, hey, we're going to play every game in, I don't know, let's say Vegas, even though, or I know, or like Omaha. And I don't know if the players in the leagues would be willing to do that.
So we would fly every NBA team into Omaha to play a Maui Invitational style tournament in college basketball for the NBA playoffs with no fans, and all of those teams playing in one location. A bubble of basketball. That's what Brian Windhorst has talked about. If you guys have that sound, grab that for me. I want to hear his proposal because I don't know. I mean, I can't be shooting ideas down because we are on uncharted waters here. We are completely off the playbook. And I'm just telling you, I don't know how we're going to pull off any kind of national season in a scattered piecemeal policy approach. Here's Brian's idea.
They may have to go take over a college somewhere where they can take over a campus, where they can keep all the players and referees and everything safe, keep an eye on them, feed them, get them training, let them practice, sort of create a commune of NBA basketball, put it on TV to salvage the season. I think that's where we're headed. I'm just throwing it off the top of my head when I say Billings, Montana, but it ain't going to be in New York and it ain't going to be in L.A. because we've got major issues there we have to deal with first. And that's what the Chinese are doing. They're going to they were going to go to one city that is like, a third. It's got 7 million people in it because it's China, but it's like a third level city. Would be like because I live in Omaha. I'll just use that as an example. It'd be like playing games in Omaha. That's what they were going to do. That's what they still want to do, and that's what the reality is that the NBA is looking at.
Okay, here's two challenges. And I said yesterday when we were all judging other people's ideas, it's not good business policy. It's not good any kind of policy to be the guy that just shoots down other people's ideas. You have to come with solutions. You got to come with yeses, not just nos. But here's a couple problems I see with that, first of all. Number one, I guess this theoretically wouldn't create a hot spot. And has everybody been self-isolating during this entire period? Like, you have no idea, really, the rolling nature of if you are sick or not, right? Like, I have been for about 5 or 6 days. Literally have not interacted with anybody but my family. Because of where I am, that's easy. But I would have to guess, for example, you three dudes back there, you haven't been completely quarantined, right? You're still interacting with other people. Theoretically, each time, that could be rolling your 14-day cycle forward, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We are kind of all interacting in the Bristol studio still.
I bet you're still going out too, Pat, right? Are you doing like
where would I don't have friends. Where would I go?
You're a millennial. Are you in the parks? Is that what you're doing?
In the parks? No.
That conjured up so many images for me. But seriously, every time you interact with somebody, you're theoretically pushing your 14-day period another 14 days out, right? Every time. So are these NBA players, these basketball players, going to be completely self-isolating? I would guess that not many people are totally self-isolating right now. I mean, really quarantined, not going anywhere, not interacting with other people in a way that can make sure you are clean 14 days later. And if that's the case, you bring everybody together in Omaha, you got yourself a little problem here, right? A bunch of people getting each other sick.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.